Okay, yes. So today we are going to do functions and honestly tell me कितने लोगों को समझ में आ चुका है जो अपने स्कूल में पढ़ा है?
Crickets.
किसी को भी नहीं समझ में आया, ठीक है?
I understood, but I didn't understand domain and range.
Okay, ठीक है. So before directly starting with the topic, I'll explain you.
I understood domain and range. I didn't understand f of x and g of x, like gov and
Fog.
fog. Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Okay, fine. See, we are doing it for the first time, right?
Yeah.
So I will start it from basics. Okay?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I can guarantee you after 40 or 45 minutes, ये भी मैंने बहुत ज्यादा बोला है, ठीक है ना? Within 30 minutes you will be able to understand what function exactly is. Okay?
Yeah.
ठीक है. Functions. Before understanding functions, we have to understand relations, right? Before understanding functions, we have to understand relations. Now, tell me, what do you understand by the term relations?
Relation between two variables.
No, I'm not asking in mathematical term. I'm asking in general. What is the meaning of relation?
Connection.
Like connection.
Connection, right? See, we will take example of two families. Let's say A is one family and B is other family, and there are family members in each family. Like here, family members are X, Y, Z, and in B family, family members are P, Q, R. Okay? ठीक है? And within the same family, we are having bride and groom. Okay? So we are taking example of a wedding. ठीक है ना? So there is a wedding happening between two families, and first family is A, second family is B. X, Y, Z are members of first family. B is bride. P, Q are members of second family, and G is groom. Okay?
Yeah.
Now see, after wedding, what is going to happen? After wedding, यहाँ पे क्या होने वाला है? सी bride and groom will be related to each other. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? जो इसकी groom होगी वही इसका bride होगी. Yes or no? Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
But if I talk about parents of bride, if X and Y are parents of bride, then groom is going to be related to them. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Like अगर ये ग्रूम का ससुराल है तो ये इसके सास ससुर होने वाले हैं. Get it? Mother-in-law and father-in-law. Same way, for bride, the father and mother of groom are going to be mother-in-law and father-in-law. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right? So what I'm trying to explain here is यहाँ पे तीन टाइप्स के रिलेशन बन रहे हैं. पहला रिलेशन जो बन रहा है that is 1-to-1. Yes or no? Like from bride to groom, groom to bride. Second one is many to one, right? By many to one, what I mean, from first family, many members are related to a single member of second family. Are you guys getting it?
Yes.
And the third point is one to many. Okay? By one to many, what I'm trying to say, one member of a family is related to two other members of the family. Is this point clear till here?
Yes.
So there are three types of relation. There are always three types of relation: one to one relation, many to one relation, one to many relation. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Now see. Now let us understand this in terms of x and y. ठीक है ना? Let us understand this in Cartesian plane. This is x-axis, correct? And this is y-axis. We have taken two families. Family A and family B, right? So by family A, what we have to keep in mind is family A is domain. What is the meaning of domain? I am going to explain it. Just wait for a minute. डोमेन को ही हम कहेंगे इनपुट. क्या कहेंगे डोमेन को?
Input.
एंड इनपुट हम हमेशा एक्स एक्सिस पे देते हैं. गेटिंग इट और नॉट?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is this point clear? And the B family was range, right? Range is nothing but output, correct? And output we are always getting on y axis. Is this point clear?
Yes.
See, I haven't introduced you to functions yet, but before starting with functions, now you have understood what is the meaning of domain. Domain is our input, and we will always give our input on x-axis. Getting it?
Yes.
What is range? Range is our output for whatever the input is been given, right? So
Yeah.
range is our output, and we will get that output always on y-axis. Yes or no?
Yes.
यहाँ तक क्लियर है?
Yeah.
लिख लिया? ओके, ठीक है. Now let us understand what is function. ठीक है? See, function is like a manufacturing unit. What do I mean by manufacturing unit? I mean it is like a factory. Function is like a factory, right? If you give input, if I give input, after processing on that whatever the raw material we have inputted, we are going to get the output. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
So function is like a factory where we are putting in the input and we are getting the output, right? Okay. So how do we define a function? Right? How do we define a function? So function is basically written like this: f such that x becomes 2x minus 1. मतलब understand first what I am writing. Function is given in a such a way where if you are giving input x, that input x will be converted into output 2x minus 1. Getting it or not?
This is always it will become 2x minus y.
Not always. I have taken an example here. It is an example.
Oh, it is an example. Okay.
Yes, in this example, if I am taking value of x as 5, so my output will always become 2 into 5 minus 1. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
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 So understand it like a factory only. Whatever input you are giving, the function, whatever the function is denoted by, वहाँ पे उस पे processing होगा, and then we are going to get the output. Understood or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Now see. थोड़ा सा theoretically समझते हैं what is function. Now before we understood 3 types of relation. How many types of relations?
3.
Okay, but out of 3 relations, there are only 2 types of functions. One is one-to-one function, and one is many-to-one function. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one to many will be only a relation.
Yes, one-to-many will only be a relation, right? Very good. So by one-to-one function, what I mean, for one input, there will be one output. Getting it?
Yeah.
For one input there will only be a one output, and every time for every unique input there will be a unique output. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. For in many to one, more than one inputs can have same output, right?
Yeah.
More than one inputs can have same outputs. Getting it or not? अगर मुझे तुम्हारी लैंग्वेज में इसको एक्सप्लेन करना है, सी इन अ 1 minute you will understand what is one to one and what is many to one. ठीक है ना? थोड़ा सा कॉमेडी हो जाएगा. सी one to one function is like husband wife, right?
Yeah.
One to one function is like husband wife. For one husband there is only one wife, right? For
Yeah.
one wife, there is only one
Right.
husband. But
Yeah.
many to one is like girlfriend boyfriend. Getting it?
Yeah.
One girl can have more than one boyfriend, or one boy can have more than one girlfriends. Getting it or not?
Mhm.
लेकिन तुमको एग्जाम में ऐसे नहीं लिखना है. Getting it? नहीं तो पता
Yes.
चला एग्जाम में तुमने लिख दिया सर हैज ओनली वन वाइफ हेंस इट इज वन टू वन फंक्शन. ऐसे नहीं करना है. Getting it?
Yes.
So this is just for understanding purpose. ये फंक्शन क्या होते हैं दिमाग में रखने के लिए बताया है मैंने. ठीक है ना?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's understand these functions on graph. ठीक है ना? Now how to understand one to one and many to one function? We'll take two examples. See, if I have drawn a straight line, okay, and if I have taken a parabola like this, okay, are these figures visible, guys? Yeah, okay. Now see, how to identify whether function is one to one function or many to one function, right? For one to one function, we have to perform two tests. कितने टेस्ट परफॉर्म करने होंगे हमको?
Two.
There are two tests. ठीक है ना? First, let's write down tests. Tests to identify functions. This is applicable in graph, huh? This is applicable in graph. Okay?
Is for one to one?
What?
Is this for the one to one function?
No, this is for to identify whether it is one to one or many to one.
Okay.
ठीक है? First test is vertical line test. Okay?
Yeah.
If vertical line test is performed, now what is the meaning of vertical line test? You guys will ask me, so what is the meaning of vertical line test? For any equation to become function, if I have drawn one graph like this, if you draw a vertical line, that line should cut a given function at a single point only. Is my point clear?
Yes.
The vertical line should cut a graph at a single point only. If there is a graph like this, now see this vertical line is cutting graph at 2 points, yes or no?
Yeah.
So this is not a function. Getting it?
Yeah.
For a single output, I am having, so for a single input, I am having two outputs, which is not possible in function. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
Right? So for anything to become a function, it must perform a vertical line test. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
So if it is performing vertical line test, ठीक है ना? Second thing, horizontal line test. Now what is the meaning of horizontal line test? Horizontal line test means if this type of graph is given and this is the line you have drawn. Now see, it is cutting graph at 2 points, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Now see. Now focus for a minute. When I say vertical line test, if vertical line test is passed, what is the meaning of vertical line test is passed? It is cutting a given graph at a single point. Yes or no? Yes. If vertical line test is passed and horizontal line test is also passed, means horizontally also graph is cutting at a single point only. If both vertical line test and horizontal line test passed, then that is one to one function. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
If only vertical line test is passed, that is many to one function. Getting it?
Yes.
Is my point clear?
Vertical passes. If only vertical, then it's many to one.
Yes, if only vertical line test is passed, that is many to one function.
Okay.
Is my point clear?
Yeah.
Now see, we have two graphs here. See, now I am going to draw a vertical line. See, vertical line is cutting at a single point only, correct?
Yes.
If I draw a horizontal line, horizontal is also cutting at a single point only. It means this is one to one function. Getting it or not?
Yes.
Now see, here it is cutting vertically at a single point only.
Yeah.
Yes. But if you draw horizontal line, it is cutting at 2 points.
Twice.
So it is failing a horizontal line test. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is many to 1.
Okay.
Understood or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pakka?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you understood it on the basis of graph. Now let us understand it in the form of examples. If I have taken y equals to x cube as one example, and if I have taken y equals to x square as an example, right? Here I am taking two different inputs. Let's say I have taken x as -2 and x as +2. So when I take x equals to -2, then y will become -2 cube. That will be equals to -8. Am I right?
Yeah.
If I solve this, I will get 2 cube, that is 8. Correct?
Yeah.
So if you guys notice, for us different outputs, different inputs, I am having different outputs. Yes or no?
Yeah.
That's why it is becoming one-to-one function. Getting it?
Yeah.
Here, if I take x equals to -2 and x equals to +2, ठीक है ना? If I am taking x equals to -2 and x equals to +2, what is going to happen? I will get y equals to 2 square.
Same output.
Y equals to -2 square. So y equals to 4 and y equals to 4. See, for two different inputs, I am getting same output. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So whenever this thing will happen, it will be a many to one function. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is my point clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If your point is clear till here, let us understand one more type where functions can be asked. ठीक है ना? We have taken two families, family A and family B, right? Now I am giving you question in the form of coordinates. Let's say 1, 5, 2, 8, 3, 5, 4, 11. Correct? One more example. 2, 10, 2, 11, 5, 13, 6, 12. Like this. I have given you two examples, right?
Yeah.
Now if I ask you a question, tell me which one out of A and B is a function. Will you guys be able to identify it?
Yeah. Yeah. B.
Yeah.
Which is the function here?
Wait.
A.
Yeah. A. Sorry. Yeah, A. Because A has different domains.
See, whenever this type of question, अच्छा ये डायरेक्टली पूछेंगे नहीं तुमको स्कूल में. दिस इज थोड़ा सा एक स्टेप एडवांस वाला क्वेश्चन है जो मैं अभी क्लियर कर दे रहा हूँ. ठीक है ना?
Yeah.
If question is given in the form of coordinates, we know that our x coordinate is our domain, our y coordinate is our range. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
For see 1 का output 5, 2 का output 10, 3 का output 5. What is the definition of function? Many to one. For two different inputs, I can have same output. Here I have two different inputs but same output. It is a many to one function. Getting it?
Yeah.
In this, same input is having two different outputs. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So this is becoming one to many. This is the relation but not a function. Is my point clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pakka?
Yeah.
Any doubts?
No.
Okay. Now see. Now you guys were getting confused between what is y, f of x, h of x, f of g of x, right? Whenever you have been given a graph, we take x axis and y axis, right?
Yeah.
This y axis is nothing but f of x. Getting it?
Yeah. Okay.
Or h of x or g of x. You can take any of x, right? This x represents the input. This x represents the input and this f of x represents the output, that is y. Is my point clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if question is given like this, f of x is equals to x cube minus 2x plus 1, right?
Yeah.
Don't panic. This f of x is nothing but y and this is x, right?
Yeah.
You can write it as f of x as well, correct?
Yes.
Now if I am asking you find the value of f of 2, what did I ask?
Find f of 2.
Now see, my x is being replaced by 2. That's why what I will do, whatever is given on the right side, जहां पे भी x आ रहा है उसको मैं 2 से replace कर दूंगा. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will calculate the answer. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं?
Yeah.
Yes.
यहाँ तक किसी को कोई डाउट है?
नहीं.
No.
Anyone
So
have
they
any
give the
doubts
two,
till here?
right? In
What?
the question, they'll say that if x is replaced with 2, find the answer.
Yes, we are going to solve the question now. Don't worry. यहाँ तक समझ में आया क्या? कोई भी डाउट है यहाँ तक?
No.
पक्का?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys get the results of your FAs?
No, not
No.
yet.
See. Okay. Now you have been given different kind of functions here, okay?
Yeah.
See, what is function f of x is given like this, right?
Yeah.
And question is asking find f of 3. Come on, everyone, calculate the answer and tell me what is the answer of f of 3.
10. 10.
We are right? Answer is
Yeah.
10. How did we calculate it? We just replaced x with 3. Therefore, we will replace x in the function as 3. So it will be 9 plus 1, that is 10. Getting it or not?
Yes.
Is it very tough question?
No.
You just have to replace the values, nothing else, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now see, what is this question saying? H of x is equals to 2. What is it saying?
H of x is equal to 2.
Now what we have to understand from this? See, if I take this on a graph, this h of x is nothing but my y
Yeah.
and that is 2, right?
Yes.
Correct? Now let's look at the function what is given. See, h of x is been given by 1 upon x, right?
Yeah.
H of x was given 2 and question was asking me to find the value of x. So value of x will be x equals to 1 upon 2. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes.
If h of x, f of x, whatever is given, we will directly replace this with that given value. Getting it or not?
Yes.
Okay. So I hope you have understood till here.
Yeah.
Function
Yeah.
very well,
Yeah.
right? Now after this is composite function. What is it?
Composite.
Composite function.
Now tell me what is the meaning of composite?
To replace.
What?
To like replace and switch.
No, simple meaning, not in mathematical term.
Like complex.
Complex, combination of 2 or 3 things, combination of more than one things, right?
Yeah.
Recently you have done mensuration,
Yeah.
area,
Composite shapes.
you had composite shapes there. What was our logic? Just understand the basic shape given and apply the formula and get the answer. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? Same way, composite functions means what? You have to find the combination of functions. Like अभी तक हमारे सिलेबस में सिर्फ दो का ही दिया है. Like if f of x is given by x square, ठीक है?
Yeah.
And g of x is given by x plus 1, right?
Yeah.
Now composite means what? We have to take combination of both. So I can take f of g of x as a one combination or g of f of x as a other combination. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the only two combinations possible. Like right now I have two students in class. मुझे किसी का अगर नाम लेना है, either I can take Samaira's name first or Avanish names first. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Avanish. Right?
Yeah.
Same way, if two functions are given, I can take पहला वाला पहले या दूसरा वाला पहले. There is no other combination possible, right?
Yes.
What it means, whatever I have written here, what is the meaning of this? It means what? For this is my outermost function, this is my main function here, और इसमें मेरा f of x is getting replaced by g of x. समझ में आ रहा है? What is happening?
Yeah.
My मेरा original function तो f of x था ना?
Yeah.
But when I write it like fog x, my x is getting replaced by g of x, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is my g of x? X plus 1, correct? Right?
Yeah.
So my original function will also be replaced by x plus 1 square. See, x will be replaced by x plus 1. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
I don't get how x will be replaced.
Acha. See, have you understood it till here?
Yeah, that till there I understood.
My g of x is what?
X
X
plus
plus
1.
1.
So I am writing it at the place of g of x, right?
Yeah.
But my function f of x is x square, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now my x is also replaced by x plus 1.
Okay.
So I will replace this thing by x plus 1 and its square. Yes or no? अगर मैं यहीं पे तुमको 3 दे देता, अगर यहाँ पे मैं 3 दे देता, तो तुम x की जगह 3 करके स्क्वायर करते कि नहीं?
Yeah.
सो मैंने यहाँ पे x plus 1 दे दिया, तुमने x की जगह x plus 1 पुट किया और स्क्वायर कर दिया. सेम थिंग.
Okay.
समायरा समझ में आया?
Yeah, so you're taking the g of x, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Again. Let's solve one more. Let's see one more question. See, now here what is happening? G of f of x आ गया x की जगह, right? Now
Yeah.
let's do it comparison basis. Let's do it on comparison basis. See, here I have written g of x, right?
Yeah.
What is my f of x? My f of x is x square.
X square.
I can write it x square, correct?
Yeah.
Here I will again write g of x, right? But my g of x is x plus 1, right?
Yeah.
So here x की जगह x square आ गया है, then I will replace my x with x square. Yes or no?
Yeah.
और यहाँ पे x की जगह x ही रहेगा, तो I will write it like x plus 1 only. Getting it or not?
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
Yeah, I
It
get
is just the substitution type of thing. You just have to keep on replacing, right?
Yeah.
I hope it makes sense now.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Any doubts?
No.
No.
No. Now see. Everyone please write down these two functions, these all three functions. Are they visible?
Yeah. Okay.
Done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is asked? You have to find g of f of 3, right?
So GF3 is also same as GO.
Yes, it means the same thing. It means the same thing. Now you have to find g of f of 3. Come on, try this question. किसी का आंसर आया?
I didn't get it yet. Do I first find f of 3?
You have to, yeah, you do have to find f of 3 first.
We can solve this question by two ways. Okay?
Yeah.
So is it minus 19?
Yes. I'll tell you both the ways, right?
Yeah.
One is lengthier, one is shorter. The one that you guys are following right now is the shorter way. The one I am going to explain to you is bit longer way. Why I am explaining you that way? Because तुम्हारा एक concept clear हो जाएगा, right?
So here I didn't do any of the squaring thing. Like when we got f of 3, we had to use x squared plus 1.
Correct.
We didn't have to do any like squaring thing, like the squaring, right?
I'm not getting what you are trying to say.
Like in the last one where we used that example with the f of gx, we had to square the x in order to get the function. But in this one, we don't have to do that, right?
Yes, yes. See, the two ways that I'm going to explain are, the first way is the simplest way. First, you find f of 3. So, if you are finding f of 3, you'll have to substitute x as 3, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the answer is 10. So, you have to find g of 10. That will be
Yeah.
1 minus 2 times 10. That is equals to minus 19. Getting it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the easiest way when the number is given. What if question asks you to find g of f of x, right?
Yeah.
Correct? So whenever question is asking us to find g of f of x, what we will do, हम पहले g of f of x क्या है? x square plus 1 है, correct?
Yeah, x.
Yeah.
So g of x square plus 1 लिखेंगे. Then in g of x we will replace x by x square plus 1 and we will simplify it. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be our g of f of x. Now see, we got directly g of f of x. Now if you directly put value of 3 as a x, if you directly put value 3, you will still get the same answer. Come on, put the value and tell me what answer you are getting.
Minus 1 minus 18 minus 19.
Minus 19.
Getting it? So you can solve question by these two ways. You will still get the same answer. Whenever
Yeah.
number is given, we will follow the simpler approach. If they are asking us to find g of x, we will have to do this. Getting it?
Yeah.
Is my point clear?
Yeah.
Okay. I gave you 30-35 minutes of time. Now tell me. इतना ही पढ़ाया ना स्कूल में?
Yeah, and domain and range.
We did asymptotes.
Asymptotes. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
But यहाँ तक जितना बताया, किसी में कोई भी डाउट है?
No.
सबको समझ में आ गया?
Yeah.
Right? Now see. Now let us understand how to write domain and range. This is the biggest question. How to write? How to write or identify domain or range. ठीक है?
Yeah. And sign interval thing. Sign diagrams. Sign
Oh yeah, the diagrams.
Yes, yes, yes. We'll do everything. Don't worry. Chill. ठीक है? Now see. We'll understand it in two parts. ठीक है?
Yeah.
Two parts. Before starting with those two parts, first let's revise. If in graph a solid circle is given, what it means?
That means that it's not a part of that.
It is the part. It is included.
Yeah. So that means hollow circle means it's not a
Hollow circle is not a part. That is not included.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
And if arrow is given, it means continuous. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Based on these 3 points, we are going to understand the two parts in which we are going to write down domain and range. Getting it?
Yep.
Yeah. Now write down with me. First for domain. Okay?
Yeah.
It is same for range as well. Both the parts are same for range as well. So first part, continuous graph. Second part, discontinuous graph. Okay? Now what do I mean by continuous and discontinuous graph? See, I have taken graph like this. Okay?
Yeah.
I have taken graph like this. Okay? And in second part, I have taken graph like this. This is point 4. ठीक है ना?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are having two graphs in front of you, right?
Yes.
Now you
The
only tell
second
me.
one is an asymptote.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now see, what do I mean by continuous and discontinuous? ठीक है? By discontinuous, I mainly mean any break. Is graph broken in two parts or three parts or more than those? If I start on x-axis and move towards right side, are you guys seeing any break in the graph? Is there any break inside the graph?
No.
No, right? And both the ends are continuous. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it means that graph is going to extend on either side, both the sides, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, the domain of the graph will be real numbers. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
Correct? If यहाँ पे ऐसे solid circle होता and this point was marked as 3, so the domain of the graph would have been real numbers less than or equals to 3,
3.
or you can say that x less than or equals to 3 where x belongs to real numbers. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
If there was no arrow.
Yes, as there is no arrow and there is a solid circle, right?
Yeah.
It is a solid circle.
Yes.
Yes, understood this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we are doing when we are writing the range, when we are writing the range, we are just considering when we are writing the domain, we are talking about domain. When we are writing the domain, we are simply talking about the points on x-axis and no other axis. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Now let's talk about this graph. If I am talking about this graph, see, it is continuous from left side till point 4, correct? यहाँ पे ये break हो गया and from 4 to infinity. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I not say that x belongs to real numbers except 4? Yes or no?
So you can just add unequal to 4.
What?
You can add unequal to 4, right?
Yes, not equals to 4, or I can write x belongs to r minus 4. This is also correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is my point clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Samaira, you have any doubts in writing
Yeah.
domains
Could
now?
you repeat this again? This one.
See, what is happening? We are just checking on x-axis, is there any discontinuation or there is any break in the graph, right?
Yeah.
As the graph is broken here, we cannot take this point as a domain now because nothing exists on that point, right?
Yeah.
As nothing exists on that point, there is no point taking it as a domain.
Yeah.
So we will exclude it as a domain, right?
Okay. So it's nothing like less than or equal to 4.
Yes. Here we will not take 4. We will take all real numbers. Since graph is continuous, all on all x-axis except 4. Therefore, all real numbers except 4 will be our domain. Getting
Because
it?
we don't know exactly what numbers it is, right?
Yes, we know here it is 4.
Yeah, okay.
This will be given.
Yeah.
Getting it?
Yes.
Yes. Now, for range, same thing. We will just look.
Y-axis.
If this is the graph given like this, right? And this is other graph. It is given like this, for example. Right? And this is point 8. What is this point?
8.
8.
Now see, on y-axis, the graph is continuous throughout except at point 8. Right?
Yeah.
So our range will be real number minus 8. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं?
Yeah.
In this, the graph is continuous in both sides. Therefore, range will be real numbers. समझ में आया कि नहीं आया?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this very tough to understand?
No.
No.
पक्का?
Yeah.
So is domain and range is also clear now?
Yeah.
Composite functions are clear,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? Okay. Now see, you might have taught one more point, that is asymptotes. Now what is the meaning of asymptotes? That's what we were discussing. Asymptote is a point or it is a vertical or horizontal line where graph is discontinuous. Like
Yeah.
graph is tending towards infinity. Like see, how to understand this? See, if this is the graph given, okay, I am taking one example, 1 upon x minus 5, right?
Yeah.
Now I think you guys know what is indeterminate forms. Okay, interesting. Let us write down indeterminate form. What is the meaning of indeterminate forms? Indeterminate form means any equation, any expression which cannot be written in these forms, right? So you might see many times when question is given like this, इसके बाद एक condition लिखी होती है x does not belongs to 0, yes or no?
Yeah.
Or x is not equals to 0. If any condition is given like this, x minus 5, so इसके आगे लिखा होता है x is not equals to 5, yes or no?
Yeah.
What is the reason? Because if you put x equals to 5 here, it will become 5 minus 5, that will be 1 upon 0, yes or no?
Which is
Yeah.
Yes. So there are few indeterminate forms. One is 1 upon 0, other one 1 upon infinity, next one 0 upon 0, next one infinity upon infinity, next one 1 raised to infinity, next one 0 raised to infinity. These are few forms जिसमें हम कभी भी किसी भी इक्वेशन या एक्सप्रेशन को नहीं रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes.
राइट? इसमें एक दो और होंगे, आई डोंट रिमेंबर ऑल ऑफ देम, बट हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है दिस वन सबसे ज्यादा. ठीक है? Now let us understand asymptotes. Now what is the meaning of asymptote? If I have taken function y equals to 1 upon x minus 5, right?
Yeah.
When variable is coming in denominator, right? Whenever variable is coming in denominator, उस पूरे denominator को हम equals to 0 put करेंगे. Getting it?
Yeah.
And we will find the value of that variable, correct?
Yeah.
And whatever the point we are getting, at that point the given equation is not continuous or the given equation does not exist.
Yeah.
समझ में आया?
So you're making it 0, you're making x minus 5 equals 0.
You
why
can't, so
why
it's impossible for it to be 5.
why I'm doing that? I'm doing it to just find at what point it does not exist.
Oh, okay.
Getting it or not?
Yeah.
Right? So at point x equals to 5, the asymptote will be formed. Okay? So x equals to 5 पे, if graph is moving like this, so it will not touch 5. Getting it or not?
So at 5 is where it is discontinuous.
Yes. So in our domain, we will not include 5. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
This is what asymptote means. Now let them give you any example, any example, right? Now you guys only tell me. I am taking one hypothetical example. ठीक है ना? अच्छा ये ज़्यादा लंबा हो गया. Let me just clear it out. See, I am taking one example. Huh? Now see, if this kind of function is given, see this is still a function, right? Because anywhere I draw a vertical line, it is still touching at a single point only. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
If I draw horizontal, it is cutting at 2 points. It is not one to one. It is many to one function. Getting it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if I have to write down the domain of this function, what I will do? I will always start from left side. Now, it is arrow given. Everywhere the arrow is given. ठीक है ना?
Yeah.
Now, see, it is starting from negative infinity. Correct?
Yeah.
Till -3. यहाँ पे +5 और यहाँ पे positive infinity. Correct?
Yeah.
But here it is discontinuous. Here it is discontinuous. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my domain will be x belongs to real number minus 3 and 0.5. Get it or not?
Yeah.
Is this point clear?
So what does that say?
अरे ये 5 भी नहीं होगा include और -3 भी include नहीं होगा ना?
So it's equal to anything but -3 and +1.
Yes.
Okay.
Getting it?
Yeah.
Now see, यहाँ पे इस लाइन को टच कर रहा है. That's why my range will be real numbers because it is from negative infinity to positive infinity. Getting it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case अगर ये टच नहीं कर रहा होता, अगर यहाँ पे टच नहीं कर रहा होता और ये ग्राफ ऐसे दिया होता, ऐसे, right? And if this line would have been 10, so our range would have been real number minus 10. Getting it?
So anything below 10.
Anything except 10.
Oh.
Because y की वैल्यू तो ऊपर भी है 10 के और नीचे भी है 10 के. Yes or no?
Wait, how did you get r minus 10?
अरे यहाँ पे मैंने 10 वैल्यू ली है इसकी. This line.
Oh.
Yeah.
जैसे यहाँ पे -3 लिया था, यहाँ पे +5 लिया था,
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah.
Getting it or not?
Yeah.
इतना
But
simple.
how do you find the range then?
So range is, see, this is not touching this line. Yes or no?
Yeah.
If it is not touching this line and the point at which the line is drawn is 10, so it means 10 is not included in range, right?
Yeah.
So you
Yes.
start from negative infinity. So line is going till negative infinity. From negative infinity, except 10, we are going to positive infinity. It means all real
Yeah.
numbers are included except
Yeah.
-10.
Okay.
Because it's not touching the line.
Include-
Yes,
Yeah, it's
it
not
is not continuous at that point. That's why we divided range and domain in two parts. If it is continuous, then real numbers. If it is discontinuous, then real number minus the points at which it is discontinuous. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
Now tell me whether you understood it or not.
Yeah.
इतना मुश्किल है क्या functions?
No.
Nahin.
Not at all.
So you don't have to write r it belongs to all real numbers except 10.
Yes, you can write answer in that way as well.
Okay.
Any Any doubts?
No.
Okay. One last point is remaining. ठीक है? Inverse functions.
Yeah.
Have you guys been taught inverse functions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is inverse function?
So like it's
Power minus 1.
so it's like opposite. So when we do we have to find x. Usually instead of x we find y.
Okay. I will
Like
just say one sentence and you both will agree with my sentence. Only one sentence and you both will agree with my sentence. अगर तुम उसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा 1 मिनट के लिए सोचो तो. Getting it?
Okay.
We have two types of functions. One is one to one and one is many to one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every one to one function is inverse function.
Oh.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Every one-to-one function.
Every one to one function is what?
Inverse function.
Inverse function. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
How though?
How?
Because if you take that example, then if you go through
See, that's why I told you tests in first half of the lecture only. Any function that satisfy horizontal and vertical test is one-to-one function, and this property is of inverse function. Get it? Every
Yeah.
inverse function satisfy vertical line as well as horizontal line test, right?
Yes.
Yes, and one-to-one function do exactly the same thing. Getting it?
so can a many to one function be inverse?
No.
So like not a single one can be inverse.
See, if you are studying, see I am giving you one major hint. सबसे बड़ी hint दे रहा हूँ मैं तुमको functions chapter को समझने की. Whenever function is given ना, think in terms of graphs. Okay? And every time, 99% of times, if general question is given, think of this graph. Okay?
Yeah.
This is x, this is y. If you switch them, it will become like this. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah.
This is many to one function, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is becoming one to many functions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it
Yes.
failing the vertical line test?
Yeah.
So will it be a function?
No.
That's it. That's why many to one functions, sorry, one to many functions, sorry, many to one functions can never be a inverse functions. Getting it or not?
Yeah.
समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes.
वो one one में confusion हो जाता है कभी कभी.
Yeah.
ठीक है ना? So that's
Yeah.
why I'm giving you one more hint कि always think in terms of graphs.
Yeah.
Right? And if question is asking you to calculate or to find the inverse function, what if question asks? If question is asking to find inverse function, okay? Now इसके लिए भी एक सबसे बड़ी हिंट लिख लो, important point. ठीक है? If function is given, you just have to do one thing, change the subject.
Yeah.
What you have to do?
Change the subject.
Like if question is given like this, y is equals to x raised to power 5, correct?
Yeah.
So you make the subject x.
You just have to change the subject. You have to form equation in the form of x equals to.
Okay.
Getting it? Just write it down.
Yeah.
I will be back. I will be back in a minute. Done? Now just go through the notes and tell me if you have any doubts.
Okay.
Okay.
question that we did for the EOL.
Yeah. Did you send the question?
Yeah, one sec. I'm just finding it. Yes.
Okay. This is the question.
Yep.
Is it continuous?
Yeah.
We will assume it is continuous. ठीक है?
Yeah.
Now see, simple hint.
Doesn't
You just
it
have to.
arrows?
You just
There's
have to
arrows,
follow.
Isn't it continuous?
What?
There's arrows though, so it'll be continuous.
Yes. You just have to follow two things. If domain is asked, x-axis. If range is asked, y-axis. Correct?
Yes.
So what is the lowest value of y-axis here? That is negative infinity. Yes or no?
Yeah.
What is the highest value of y-axis?
Zero.
0.
So you can write, now see, this point is included here, correct?
Yeah.
So you can write range is x less than or equals to 0,
Okay.
Okay.
correct? And if
Yeah.
question asks, what is domain? Now this is going to extend throughout, So from negative x-axis to positive x-axis, it is continuous. So real number will be our domain.
Okay. Just all real numbers.
All the real numbers. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So understand one point. If domain is asked, you simply look at the x-axis.
Yeah.
Lowest
Would it
point
be
to highest
y
point.
is less than or equal to 0 for range?
Right? If range is asked, always look from lowest point of y-axis to highest point of y-axis. No
Okay.
difference. Every question will be solved with the same logic. Unless and until they takes you to the quadratic functions. Okay?
Yeah.
Quadratic functions is also easy, but we are not going to cover it in this class. बहुत ले लिया और बहुत hectic हो जाएगा थोड़ा सा. Right?
Yes.
We have already covered many concepts. And now you guys tell me, किसी को ऐसा है नहीं समझ में आया बिल्कुल भी?
No.
समझ में आ गया?
Yes.
अभी कोई भी क्वेश्चन आए तो सॉल्व कर सकते हैं हम, right?
Yeah.
So I will forward you one PDF. उसमें basic questions है बहुत सारे. You have to solve them. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
I hope my point is clear now.
Yes.
ठीक है?
Yes.
So shall we stop here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you in the next class. And in next class we will do quadratic functions. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Bye bye. Good
So
night.
on Friday it's physics though, right? On
Thursday.
No,
Thursday, Friday. Yeah.
So
Actually, see, the scene is ना. I always try to follow what is going on your school. जो तुम्हारे स्कूल में चल रहा है ना, मैं वो follow करने की कोशिश करता हूँ. If they are having any tough topic in physics, right? So we'll go with physics. If they are having any tough topic in chemistry, then we'll go with chemistry, like this, right?
ठीक है.
है ना? So we'll have to match up with that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope you don't have any plans in December.
No.
Yeah, because we are going to have mock tests in December.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Yes.
soon we are going to start revising for our 20th November wala exam. That is immediately after your vacations. So
Yeah.
might be from next Monday we are going to start the revisions. And in revisions we might have a group class because we have studied everything together only.
Yeah.
Right? And then personally we can solve the doubts as well. Okay?
Yes.
Chalega, fine, good night, take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Bye.
Bye.